All right, so guys, this is a question out of 2.8, and the student's trying to figure out how do we do these problems here. So let's go through it together. I'm going to do the first one right here. So I'm trying to find f composed with g of 1. The way I'm going to write this out, y'all, it's going to look like this. F of g of 1. So what I'm trying to do first, y'all, I'm going to have to work from the inside out. G of 1. What that means is I'm going to come along to my graph right here. I'm going to go to when x is equal to 1, right there, oops, right there, and I want to hit the function g. So the function g is my red line. I'm going to move up, and when I move up, the number that I'm getting is 3. So now what I'm trying to find is, I know that g of 1 is now equal to 3, okay? So still doing the same problem. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find f of 3. The way I find f of 3 is I'm going to move along to the x-axis when x equals 3, and now I want to hit the f graph. So I'm going to go down, and I got to move down one spot. So this number here should be -1. That's why there's a -1 right there, okay? They put something else, so when it has that little red mark, it's telling you that that's the answer, but you put something else there, okay? Now, let me do the same thing for part B. So look at part B. Part B says g of f of 1. So I'm going to write it like this, g of f of 1. So remember, the first thing I'm going to do here, y'all, I want to find f of 1. So I'm going to come back to my graph. I'm going to go to when x is equal to 1 right there. I want to hit my f graph because it says the f right here. So if I go down, I'm going to hit it. I go down, and I got to go down one spot. So f of -1 is, or f of 1, I'm sorry, is the same thing as g of -1. Okay, so now the question is, how do I find g of -1? I go to my x-axis when x is equal to -1 right there, and when I hit my function g, which is the red line, I got to move up just one space, and that's why the answer is 1. If you notice, there's a 1 right there, right? Now we're going to do this a third time. We're going to find g of 0, okay? So don't worry that there's two g's. That's just how the problem is done. So g of 0, I'm going to come to the x-axis when x equals 0, and I'm going to go up till I hit my g graph. Oh, we got to move up 2 spaces, okay? Now I'm going to come back again, and I'm now going to say, look, we want to find g of 2. So I'm going to go to when x equals 2. Oops. And if you notice, I'm already hitting the g graph. We're already right there. That number happens to be 0. So again, this is a question from 2.8. If y'all got any questions, let me